Continuing from our last video, we've established this problem with conditional statements when we're trying to compare strings. And what that problem is that the equivalent command doesn't seem to work. So watch, when we run it, we take an input for a word, and presumably if I put the word go in, this should write do something. So if I come down here and I type in the word go and I hit enter, it tells me it's broken. So something fishy is going on here. And what we've established is that strings are what are called reference variables. This comparator statement is comparing the value at the memory location where word is set. So we use our picture. It's comparing whatever is inside this box here with the word go, which, because a string is a reference variable, inside the variable location is actually a reference to somewhere else in memory where the word is stored. And the reason why that has to happen is because the words can be different sizes and have different memory requirements, and therefore we need to be dynamic. So how do we get around this? So the first observation that's important to make is that string is spelled with a capital, and therefore it's a class. So if we highlight the word string and we hit Control F1, we're going to pull up the string class. So here's the information about the string class, and for those of you that are having trouble with docs, you can also find it by going online to and doing a Google search. Do a Google search for string class and Java. And this is the exact same thing, which is inside your JCreator. So we want to scroll down and we want to find the methods. So we scroll through this and we have field summary, constructor summary. We don't worry about what constructors are yet. And here's our method summary. So these are all sorts of different methods that we can use that are associated with the string class. For example, this is char at, and below is the description. Returns the char value at the specified index. We give it a number, which is an int, and it spits out a character. So we want to try and find one that checks if the word is equal. So if we scroll down here and we see one equals. So we have a number of ones. We have equals with, we have equals ignore case. So we can use a number of these. And if I want mine to be not to be case sensitive, I'm going to use this equal ignore case. So notice, what do we have to give it? We have to give it a string. And what does it spit out? It spits out a Boolean, which is perfect when we're looking at comparator operations. If I wanted to check and be case sensitive, I would use this equals. And note that this object here is just another way of saying string. So you can actually use this equals. So we're going to go into our string example here. And so in order to use this method, it's a little bit different. What we would need to do now is I need to specify the variable that I want to check. So I'm going to say word, which is the variable, dot, and then we're going to say, we go back, let's just double check this. It's equals ignore case, equals ignore case, and then inside the bracket, I'm going to write what I want to check it against. And I want to check it against the word go. So what this will do now is this will take the word, which is a string, and then it will call this method called equals ignore case, and somehow, we don't know how, we don't care at this point how, it's going to check if the word is equal to go. And if it is, it will return true. So then this entire statement will go to true, and then it will execute the command. So let's run it and see what happens. So input a word, I write go, do something. Perfect. So the key idea here is that in order to compare strings to see if they're equal, we can't do it using our normal Boolean comparators, which is equivalent sign, greater than or equal to, or so on. We need to use built-in what are called instance methods. And to do that, we always start with the variable name dot the method we're going to use, and then inside the method we put the word we're comparing to. One last point is there are a wide variety of methods associated with the string class, and another one which is commonly used is compare to and compare to ignore case. This is slightly different, but it is very useful if you're looking for words that are similar in nature. Good luck.